Okay, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, let's go ahead and instead of our Wednesday mandatory meeting, let's go ahead and do another recorded meeting for this week. With that in mind, let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay, you should be able to see your class here in all your modules. Now, we clearly don't need the getting started modules. So if you want to get rid of your modules and hide some of the stuff so you have a little less to look at, simply hit this little arrow beside getting started and it'll collapse it. Same thing here for functions and graphs. We're done with those. Those should have been done long ago. Now, if you have something in functions and graphs that you're like, oh, I wish I would have done that, or I wish to improve that, you may still go back and do that. If you need me to open any Delta Math or any Edpuzzle, I'll be happy to do that. But I need you to email me and say, hey, Mr. Moore, this is closed. I can't get into it. Can you open it up or extend a date? Be happy to do that. Additionally, if it is open and you go back in and you improve your grade, you need to email me and say, hey, Mr. Moore, I improved my grade, because I don't always go back and look from the beginning of the year, because that should have been done by January 31st. Likewise, equations and inequality should have been done by February 14th. But again, if you want to go in, you want to improve that grade, go ahead, do the work, let me know that you've done it so I can go update it. Now, you should have been done this past Sunday with systems of equations. I do know, though, that this may take a few of you a little longer than Sunday. I've already updated all the grades up to where they should have been due by February 28th. But if you want to improve that, go ahead, improve it. If you need something open, let me know. I'll be happy to do that. But you've got to let me know that you've improved it. Otherwise, I may not look at it. Where you should be is you should be on exponents and roots. And we've actually talked about this for 2 weeks now. This one is something that's a little bit deceptive, because it seems like it should be something that's real easy, but it is so important. You have to be able to take square roots without a calculator. You need to be able to understand all the exponents, because when we get into polynomials, if you don't know your exponents and your roots, you're gonna be so lost. So make sure that you're going through this. Now, just a reminder, because some of you guys are kind of hopping on the getting after it train, and so some of you aren't entirely sure how it's going to work. Well, I'm going to post this Zoom.
High school, middle school students, we are ready to start loading buses at this time. Buses 4, 18, and 2. 4, 18, and 2.
Right here under the Zoom, so you can watch that. Additionally, how do you know what to do for a given chapter? You go into, it says exponents and roots. You open up the slideshow. And please, 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 again, don't go through and do all the Delta Maths. Don't go through and do all the Edpuzzles. They're set up such that if you do the Edpuzzle, then you do the practice Delta Math. Do the Edpuzzle, do the practice Delta Math. All of those things, as you go slide by slide by slide, it should lead you right through. Most of you guys are already awesome at this, but for those of you just kind of joining us, make sure you're following through with that. In the meantime, let's go back and let's go over to exponents and roots. That is due by March 14th. So that's almost 2 weeks away. So you have plenty of time to get that done. Make sure you get discussions done for this week, discussions in for next week. Again, I will post this Edpuzzle. You'll also notice that as we approach polynomials in our next section starting March 15th, that's a 3-week section because it's huge. It's a massive portion of this class. Same thing for the next one. It's a 3-week session. You got to have all this stuff done and ready to go. With that, if you do this Edpuzzle, that counts as your attendance for this week. I will go ahead and try to get online tomorrow night at the correct time. So if you want to talk or you need help with something, happy to do that. Happy to tutor you through it. Happy to lead or guide you through it. But this way, you don't have to show up at this time, especially since a number of you are at work during the time that this class is supposed to meet. Even though technically we can demand that you be present, I kind of want to make sure that I only really get your attention when I absolutely need it. So with that in mind, get the exponents and roots done over the next 2 weeks. Get anything old done that you need to do, and anything that you do that's old, make sure that you are letting me know via email that you've done it so that I can update your grade for you. All right, guys, with that, everything should be up to date. you should be updated. And so hopefully you get everything done. If you need any help, email me, let me know.